Okay, so Nintendo is getting even greedier. So today we just got a new Direct, and I gotta say that I'm a little disappointed. Not necessarily because any of the new content coming is necessarily bad. I feel like everything announced today seems like good, fun games, but it's the implications for the future of Nintendo that has me very worried. If you're new here and you like this video, make sure to leave a like and boost this video in the algorithm and subscribe with the bell. I'm trying to hit 50,000 subscribers. Please help me out. Huge shout out to DL from the Patreon. Anyways, the biggest thing I'm concerned about is the pricing. Now, with that said, the games are still good. It's just the marketing practices and the business of Nintendo is getting much more aggressive. And the business side of Nintendo has always been bad, like, don't get me wrong, but now, more than ever, it's been worse. First, the Switch 2 was already overpriced at $450 base price. Games that cost $80 despite lacking content. And now, we're pricing ports at like $70. One of the biggest announcements for the Direct was the Mario Galaxy ports. They finally ported Mario Galaxy 2 to Switch, and I was very excited for that. But a lot of my excitement for the port got completely tarnished when I found out that it's $40 individually and $70 with the collection. That is an insane price point. First of all, these are fucking ROMs. These aren't remakes, these aren't remasters, they are ROMs. Upscaled to like 1080p, maybe 4K, that's cool, but like, this is nothing that we can't play on Dolphin. And they are selling this individually for $40 each. Mind you, Super Mario 3D All-Stars, which had Galaxy, 64, and Sunshine, was priced at $60. That's 3 games for $60. Now it costs $70 for 2 games. Make it make sense to me. And you can't even argue like inflation or whatever, because that would only make sense if this game took tons of development time and a huge budget to make. But that's not the case. We definitely know this game was not expensive to make. They literally took the ROMs, upscaled it, and that's the game. I guess they put in motion controls. Big whoop. Like, I don't care. That doesn't warrant $70. 3D All-Stars is just so much more worth the money, and I hate saying that because 3D All-Stars was already a weak and disappointing title. Sunshine didn't even run at 60 FPS. That's more worth the money than the modern day Nintendo ports. What are we doing here? Okay, next topic. We have Bananza's $20 DK Island DLC. This looks fire, I ain't even gonna lie. This was one of my biggest critiques of Donkey Kong Bonanza, was that it just didn't have enough Donkey Kong Country elements. It felt like a Mario game, but starring Donkey Kong, which isn't bad. I love this game to pieces. But I wish there was a bit more country personality put in the game. And this DLC is everything country related. You're on the DK Island, you can interact with Diddy Kong, Dixie Kong, and Cranky Kong. This is fire, this is what I wanted the game to look like. Absolutely love this DLC. What I don't love is that it's $20. Now look, it's not the biggest deal. $20, it's certainly not 70 or 80. But for one sub-layer in a mini-game that seems kind of cool, I don't know, it seems a little annoying. Especially when I feel like you could give this out for free. Why can't this be free? It doesn't look like it was that crazy. Or at least $10 and not $20, because now with the base game and this, we're equaling to like 90 bucks. I would be more okay with the $20 price tag if maybe it was a few more levels, you know? But just one level, I don't know. Not the biggest deal in the world, not the most infuriating thing about the Direct, but it was like a little flick to the nose. This next one, though, was very infuriating. Pokemon ZA is getting DLC, but before the game even released. The game isn't even out yet, and they're already coming after our wallets again. A lot of people haven't even paid the base price for the base game yet. And now we're charging an extra 20 bucks for DLC. It's just so frustrating, man. It's so frustrating. Because I remember a time when Nintendo was not so aggressive with these prices. I'm okay with games being $60, I'm okay with $70, but everything has a price tag nowadays that just feels unwarranted. Galaxy ports being $70 and $40 alone is ridiculous. And this is definitely not the end of it. Nintendo's gonna keep doing this, and I don't see it getting better. Because at the end of the day, I think Nintendo is so powerful now that they just can't lose. We're never gonna have another Wii U because Nintendo is at a different level now. Nintendo is at the same level as PlayStation. They can't be defeated anymore. Because Nintendo consoles are just a necessity nowadays if you're a gamer. Because, yeah, the games are pretty good. They currently have my game of the year being Donkey Kong Bananza, but I just can't help being annoyed by some of their decisions. Especially because this Direct was supposed to live up to a lot of expectations. This was the opening Direct to the Switch 2. Yeah, we got Bananza, we got Mario Kart World, but what's coming next? Where's the Prime release date? Where's the next 3D Mario game? Are we getting Zelda ports? What's going on with that? Maybe we can get Switch 2 editions for the Xenoblade game so that they don't run like potatoes anymore. Maybe some Mario Kart World content because God, that game was lacking content. But we didn't really get any of that. I feel like if this was any other time, the Direct wouldn't be so bad, but it's the fact that this is the opening Direct. We're wondering where all the games are at, and this is what they have to show. No mention of a 3D Mario game, and it's been 8 years since we've gotten one. They had to have been working on this game, so I know it's coming soon, but I just wish we could have got a title drop. Maybe someone coming in saying, it's not done yet, you know, something like that. 8 years, not a single 3D Mario game. And I don't want to see no Nintendo Land, Nintendo forgot about Mario posts. Like, come on, guys. There was a lot riding on this Direct, and, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. I still love that they have Prime 4 here, and we got release date, and this seems pretty cool with the new bikes. Prime 4 might honestly take Game of the Year because, God, it is Metroid Prime. We're finally getting a sequel. But yeah, that was just my point with this video. The Direct was alright. Could have been better. Could have shown off more stuff. Could have given us a Wind Waker port. But regardless, my biggest issue are these prices. And please, for the love of God, give us a Switch 2 edition for the Xenoblade games. For God's sake. Alright, that's it. It's a Nintendo video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Peace out. Huge shout outs to my Patreons with my big supporter DL and ArcherXYZ. And peace out.